Okay, so hello everyone, good evening, and probably people will not join today's class because this is a holiday, and that's obvious. People are busy to enjoying, and it's a good thing overall. So we will continue, and we'll not wait for too much for today's class. Okay, and if you have don't interest to do drawing, then don't worry. You can just sit back and relax and just watch the video, and you have the recording. You can do all the stuff by seeing the recording. So don't worry. Okay, so I will start. And in today's class, I will complete that whole portion, and it is quite a big area and not so difficult, but you have to be careful when you are making this one because will not will not use any eraser for making that part. So you have to be precise. Okay, so first of all, if I show you the reference image, here it is. Okay, and that whole portion, especially that whole area, is a darker area, and the darker portion is mixed with that part, and this area is a shaded area and all this stuff. This portion is a quite darker, so we will not make that portion darker for now. We will make a little shading here, but not that much darker, and we'll connect all these things, and if possible then we'll start the forehead portion as well. Okay, so let's start. So what I will do, just using that HP pencil. Okay, previously I thought I will not going to continue the class today just because of holiday, but I decided we have to take this one because after that again we will able to take the class in next week, so it will be a very long gap. So I just make that line first. See, I mean here, these are the sound of firecrackers all around. They are celebrating. Let's make the shading. First of all, you have to make a pre-decided line, which area, I mean, how much area you have to shade. Okay, as you can see, there is a grid line. I mean, when I make the eyes and all this, I place these grid line, but I didn't remove that one because if I remove, we will get a patchy effect. So I keep all the grid lines. That portion will be shaded. So just apply all this shading. These are the pre-decided lines. So I just make these pre-decided lines so it will be easy to understand how much area I have to shade. I don't know what happened. That portion getting darker suddenly, maybe some water drops there, but not an issue because we have to make that portion darker. So if that portion became darker, then it will not make any problem. But if it happens in the middle area, it will be a problem. And this is a bigger area, right? For this kind of portrait, I will apply tissue paper blending. I will show how I will do, I mean, how you have to do actually. We'll make a little shading here. Very light stroke. So fine. We have to make a first layer of blending. You have to go through multiple layer blending here in this case, because it's a very light shaded area and we have to gradually increase the darkness only the darker shaded areas. As you can see, the blending is so smooth and soft, and it's not visible after blending. The lines are not visible. I'm using the tissue paper. Don't apply tissue paper with heavy pressure. Same thing. You have to always use a very light pressure. If you apply heavy pressure, you can see that portion becomes darker. Maybe in some of point there was a drop of any water kind of things. That's why the paper get damaged in this area, but not an issue. Okay, so now I just increase the darkness over the particular areas where we exactly need the darker shade. I'm applying HB pencil and gradually increasing the darker shade. Now we have done that portion. Let's increase the darker shade over the eyebrow and all this side part of the face. And I have to connect the shading with making the whole portion similar in darkness. Okay, here is some hair stroke. We will not put this one. You can make a little bit hair stroke, something like that. So it will help you to remember what the exact position of the hair. Okay, so you can make 2 or 3 stroke. Don't make too much. Okay, we will not finalize the whole thing. We're just getting the blueprint. I mean the out frame of that hair area. Okay, so this is the hair region. So I will not cross that region by doing shades and all this. Here it is a nice thing. I have to, I mean, I like to mention just let me make the shade first and then I will mention that one. You have to remember that kind of thing in your drawing. Okay, let me blend first and then I explain. Okay, now it's became a little darker shade. Fine. Okay, good. Now I will rotate my copy a little bit. And why I rotate this one, just explain that part. If you see carefully in the reference image, we'll find all the lines are passing through that direction, that curved direction. Okay, so you have to make curved line in this case. So I just make that copy like this, and I will make cross directional stroke. These are very light, and these are not stroke. These are just kind of lines, shade, you can say. Just stroke directions are different. And I will make the cross hatching as obvious. If you not do that kind of thing, that also okay. But if you do that one, you will get a good result. Actually, the exact look like a reference image if you apply this technique. Okay, after that upper portion, you have to stretch your line straight. And in the lower part, you have to curve your lines. Otherwise, what happened? The stretchy skin part will not look like the proper. Okay, so just because of laughing or showing the expression, all the skin part is getting stretched. I mean, all the skin wrinkles and skin texture. So it will just give you a little bit information about the texture. So must apply this one. Let's increase the darkness. And I need a sharper pencil. So my pencil. And I will put some darker shade. As you can see, I'm just adding darker shade and mixing that eye shade part with the outer portion. So let's blend. After that, you can see the smooth effect we get easily. Nice. Now we have to make a darker shade over the lower part of the face. So again, I will do a little curve, little tilt of my copy, and I will put a little darker shade around the edge area. Just make a little zoom out so it will be easy because we are not putting any details. So don't need to make too much zoom in. I'm just making some shade difference, shading and all this. So that's why I'm just make that whole image visible for now. Okay, after this, we can little blend. Now it's fine. Let's increase the darker shade. The portion which is really darker. Okay, so start from this area. I'm still using HP pencil. Probably you will not get that much darker if you are using a different pencil like Faber-Castell or Staedtler or Artline or something like that. Okay, so must use 2B or 4B for this accordingly. 2B will be fine for this. This is not that darker to use 4B. To apply 2B first, and if you if you think 4B is not that 2B is not that enough dark, not able to create enough dark in this area, then you can go with a like 4. But for now, just gradually increase the darker shade. Okay, so that portion became darker. Let's use a brush. Fine. We got a nice smooth shade over this region. Fine. And in the previous class, you already remember we used the brush technique for making some shades, right? I will use again that same technique to make these portion dark. Okay, because if you use a lot more pencil shade or pencil stroke or the 4B or other pencil, maybe it will not gives you the good result. So better to use another way to make things darker. So I will use that technique. So for now, here it is, my previously shaded paper. And I will use that one because it also has some graphite. I will use that one. Be controlled way, okay? Don't make extremely dark. Gradually go through the area and it's increase the darkness. Okay, after doing that shading, our brush also has some graphite, right? So if I place my brush over that region, it also make a little shading over that part. So we need that kind of shading because there is no pencil stroke and the shading is very light. So it will be better if you use only brush to make things darker. As you can see, that portion became gradually darker. If I zoom in too much, the whole thing will look too much brightened. Okay, you will not get a good view it exactly if I say. But let's see what happened. I'm not using any pencil to make that shading. Okay, now it's became a very nice and smooth transition. And I just want this one. Exactly, I get what the thing I need. These are the few things. I mean, every time you don't need, I mean, probably you don't need to use that same technique to making that connection. But in this drawing, we need that one because the transition part is a very smooth. So it will be better. And if you don't get the good blending with the brush, I will suggest purchase a branded brush. I mean, some good branded. And I am pretty noob about this because I don't know what is the exact branded makeup brush. But I can tell you the price about if you want to purchase a single brush like this one, it will cost around 90 rupees of each brush. So you can purchase that kind of brushes. Uh, don't need to purchase too many brushes. Just purchase that kind of shape. I mean, make sure the shape or the tip or area of the brush is similar with your nail. Okay, it is my nail, and you can see the tip region is almost equal of my nail. So this is the exact thing how you have to search your brushes. Go to the shop, take the brushes, and see it's the same size of your nail or not. Okay, if it's same, then fine. Just need one brush, it will be fine. And if you purchase the whole makeup box set, there is a brush, but this is a not like expensive one. I mean, this is not also expensive one. This is a cheap one. I mean, not cheap like the makeup that one. It's a costing around something like 45 or 50 something. Even you can use a filbert brush. Go to the shop and tell them to give you the filbert brush. Make sure it's a synthetic brush. Okay, don't take a filbert brush of hog hair brush. Make sure synthetic filbert brush. It's exactly the same brush of the watercolor. Okay, so you can purchase that brush as well. Both will work fine. But if your brush bristle will be softened, then you get a better result during blending. Okay, so let's collect a little more graphite and apply over the darker shaded region like this areas. I'll make a little darker shade over that dent area. This one will make a little darker shade. Oh, fine. So that portion became light shaded, and I will make a little shading. Not will fill that gap. This gap you have to make like white, and rest of the portion you can make a little shaded. But shading difference is really important. You can see that portion is light, that portion is a little darker gray shaded, and that portion is a darker shaded. So these are the 3 steps of shade. Okay. So for now, you have to maintain that thing. And after that, gradually we'll increase the darker shade, the corner regions and all this stuff. People says, why my drawing looks that much softer? I mean, I get that message. I mean, I receive that message, how you make the softer skin. Okay, but as you can see, I didn't use any extreme good kind of tool. This is as obvious, the brush, tissue paper and all this. And just apply the gradual blending. Okay, apply first pencil and then blend, then again another pencil and then again blend. This is a way to get a smooth blending result. Now, why I'm using that tissue paper? To just mixing the transition part. Okay. Let's make the forehead region. Okay, so our cheek region is not completed, but we will make the forehead region because I think it will be complete easily. There's no such big area, so I will complete the forehead region. It will be fine. And for everyone, I mean the ma'am, Tejas, Pragati, conversion. For everyone, it's a holiday actually today. So if you are not like to draw with that class, then don't worry. Just sit back and relax. Just see the video. That's it. You have the recording.
Yeah.
So don't worry. I mean, don't need to be like what I will say, like a class. Okay, just enjoy. Like you are seeing just like a YouTube video or movie, something like that. Okay. So
Actually, because of Diwali,
yeah.
little bit busy. But in the next week, we can complete that.
Yeah, no issue, no issues. Not an issue. Even if I will be in India, then maybe I will give the holiday. I mean, I will take that day leave. But here, there's nothing to do.
Yeah, you require what change.
Yeah. So as you can see, I'm just making the forehead region, and I like to show the reference one. This portion is a little darker shade, and there is a slight wrinkle line. So we will not go with that wrinkle line for now. We'll do that part later. Just will make the shading that darker shade, and this portion is darker shaded. Middle area is brightened, but just above of that eyebrows, you can see this portion is brighter. Okay, so we have to maintain these things. So let's start shading. Maybe next 10 minutes, after next 10 minutes, the class will end. So you have to join through the same link.
Yeah. Sir, you had given that girl portrait outline.
The
that
jewelry.
that is your post. But about I'm telling about that for a task you had given, no? Girl outline.
I don't get that, ma'am. If you tell me in Hindi, it will be better.
अच्छा, आपने जो दिया था ना, जो पहले वो गर्ल का जिसका आउटलाइन बनाना था,
हाँ हाँ,
उसका जो स्किन था वो क्वाइट टेक्सचरी ना सर?
Yeah, skin is quite textury. It's not textury actually. The image is not that good quality.
अच्छा.
Image उतना अच्छा नहीं है, इसलिए it looks like a rough kind of skin.
हाँ हाँ, that was I was thinking that the skin looks very textury, but because of bad image.
I just want to see the position of the eyes. I mean, the closed eyes and the nose area. Nose area is a little difficult for everyone because there is no outline. So that's why I just want to see how everyone make the nose area. So that's why I give that portrait.
Right. Yeah, for practice only.
Yeah, actually, what happened when I give some tasks to everyone, and when they make the task, after seeing their drawing, everyone's drawing, I understand what the portion I have to speak again. We have to focus again.
Yeah,
So I will
exactly. Uh-huh.
always.
Hmm.
So it's not possible to know what the exactly you know or not. So this is the only way to understand what the things you are
Yeah, by
doing.
example.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I just make this portion darker shaded, and I will cover that whole area with HB pencil. And as the previous class I mentioned, when you have to make the shade in the bigger area and don't make the overlapping things. So here it is, the forehead area is really big, right? And you will
Hmm.
see, I will not overlap this whole area. I will make the bigger scratch lines.
So sometimes these grid lines become dark. So in that
Mhm.
time, what to do?
If your grid line became darker, then you what you will do, right? Nothing. Just make the shading and then you try to fade the grid lines by
Uh,
using eraser.
after shading, we have to erase
Yeah,
slowly.
exactly. After shading, you have to erase. If
Okay.
you try to do that thing at the beginning, shading and blending will not be proper.
Uh-huh.
So never do that mistake.
Yeah,
You are
definitely.
working with a good expensive papers. Like expensive paper means some papers you will found it's costing around
Hmm.
150 or 250 rupees for per piece.
Hmm.
Use a eraser over that paper because that paper is a really strong, really tough. The surface is so. If you
No,
apply the
sir.
eraser,
Sometimes question is that with the grid line we can judge the area of shading, right?
uh, actually, sorry, ma'am, I don't get that. Again, please. Your voice
Uh,
is low.
Very low. Okay. Uh-huh. Speaker is slightly.
Yes, yeah.
No, the grid line is very helpful in shading area where
Yeah.
the dark, yeah, where light.
Exactly. How much extend you have to darker shades and all this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if you remove the grid line, it will be difficult to extend. I mean, it maybe will be extend too much or
Huh.
less. Yeah.
Then again we have to rub it and all this meshing work.
Yes, exactly. But after making some of the drawing, you don't need the grid line. You can easily make the whole.
Okay. Oh,
Even
oh.
you can
Without grid
easily
line. Without grid line.
without grid line. Not only the without grid line, even live drawing. You can
Huh.
put some person in front of you and you can
Huh,
make the
huh,
drawing.
huh. That is a live portrait but for judgment. But
Yeah.
by practicing this grid, we can make after that.
Yeah, you have to practice this grid. Actually, people say not only the people, some what I will say that kind of like if you go in the art college and if you ever meet the teacher of the art college, they always says making the grid line and making the drawing is not the proper way to understand or learning things. I agree with that. Okay, I'm not saying that this is a exactly proper way, but tell me one thing: if any kid just go to the school, uh,
Hmm. Hmm.
give him a clean, I mean, white book or the, I mean, ruler copy
True.
for
Huh.
making, because they have
The-
to understand what is the exact size of the every letters, right? So this is the way we have to understand what is the process of the size, shape, everything. And
yeah.
after learning all this, you can easily draw the. So if you don't use the like ruler things and suddenly you are just writing like a Mahabharata, that it will not work. It will be difficult.
Right.
Even what happened when you see the artist draw something like suppose this is a clean paper
Hmm.
and when artists draw any portrait, they also make something like, if you have to make the eyebrows, they also make the eyebrows like this, rough kind of. Okay,
Rough, right.
this is rough sketching. Okay, after rough sketching, what they do, they make that kind of line.
Yeah, some of the reference line they make and then they proceed.
Right?
Hmm.
They make that kind of line. So that means you are already preparing a grid line. It
Right.
is also a grid line.
Huh.
And then they put the line over the eyes, and then accordingly they put the lip area and
Yeah.
understand what is the exact size of the lip.
Huh.
Okay,
That-
so
Hmm.
at the end you are just making the grid line,
Hmm.
just not using the ruler. That's it.
That's it. Okay. But sir, in watercolor painting, in that also they are using grid line?
Which artist?
No,
While
not
painting?
not particular, but in some of the watercolor painting for drawing of portraits.
Okay.
Uh,
In case of watercolor drawing portrait, you will not found these drawings are hyper realistic kind of.
no,
Uh, yeah. So if it is not hyper realistic or photorealistic, then you don't need to make the grid line. You
no,
can
no,
make it.
no,
Yes, right.
directly.
Yeah. If you are going to the hyper realistic, like a photorealistic, like exact
Photo.
portion, exact position of the pimples, exact the number of wrinkle lines, then definitely you have to go through the like a professional way or the perfect way. Some
Yeah.
people also make a diagonal grid as well. Okay, you will found there's the cross line of every grid.
Huh.
So
Diagonal also they use it. Hmm.
these will make a more perfect.
More
But I will,
detailing and more perfect.
I will not,
Accuracy. That is
I will not,
accuracy and proportion.
yeah, I will not recommend to do this one, because if you every time doing like a following the exact same portion, it's not proper. I mean, you will not learn anything then. You are just filling up the box. That's it. So
Some of the imagination you have to develop.
you have to what?
You have to develop your imagination.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you have the bigger box, then you will understand what is the exact middle line. It is exact, or this one is exact. So you have to apply those things accordingly. But if you make the very small grid boxes, and then again you just subdivide all these lines
Oh,
into grid,
no.
and, I mean, you are not doing anything. You just everything is
It's
like
just feeling. That
apply
is
square
a
boxes. Apply square boxes is enough. And I will suggest, if you are enough pro, then let's start the shading. So what I will do, will make the shade just increasing. Yeah, what I was talking about.
grid lines.
Yeah, great lines. If you enough pro, then just apply the thicker grid line. I mean, the gap will be too much bigger, and in that case, you will see a less number of grid line, and you have to put lots of effort. You have to make so many things in a particular small box. I mean, in that every box. But if you make a very small grid lines, I mean, very small thickness of grid lines, then every grid boxes has less number of content. So you can easily do that part. But gradually, when you increase the size, it will be difficult. So
yeah.
After that, you can move directly to making the live portrait.
Sir, 1 inch proportion is right.
Yeah, 1 inch by 1 inch is enough. I mean, for beginning, 1 inch by 1 inch is enough, especially for the A3 size portrait. I mean, A3 size paper. And if it is a A4, then you can do other stuff. With other ways, other ruler. Small kind of line will be better in case of A4, because it depends. If the face is a very small, then you have to use like multiple lines. If the face size is bigger, then you can complete it with a small number of lines. I mean, less number of lines.
Okay.
Now I will make it a little bit like this way. You can see that portion seems darker, and middle portion is bright. And in this portion, the forehead is not flat, right? In this area, forehead come this direction, and from this area, forehead comes this direction. Okay, so line will be this area will be that kind of, and in this area, line will be that kind of, and the mid portion will be straight, right? I think you got it. Mid portion will be straight. And this area, this portion will be curved, and this portion also curved. If you see the face in the top view, if I show you the top view of that head, exactly if I show, suppose this circle part is the head. Okay, so exactly this is not the head shape. Okay, if you go to the proportion wise, the front portion of the head is narrow, and the backside portion of the head getting wider, like this way. This is the exact shape of the head. Now, as you can see, this portion is not exactly curved like this. Am I clear? This portion is not curved. The extreme curve in that portion, these are the extreme curve region. And this part is a flat region. Okay, so that's why when you have to put the shading, this portion will be very curved shaded, and middle portion will be flat stroke. Okay, that kind of, this curved portion, I mean, this curved portion is denoted at that area, and this curved portion is showing that area. Okay, and middle, that portion is this one. Okay, so this is the exact way. I mean, this is the view actually, direction of the face. Okay, so let's do little shading over that part. And I'm also making another portrait. This is not the portrait. This is lots of jewelry and all the. It's a very like time consuming. Lots of details, small details. I'm just putting each and every details perfectly, as perfect as possible. I will show that one with making zoom and all this, so you'll understand.
You have posted today, no, sir?
Yeah, I posted today in Instagram, and I'm making that drawing last 1 week. I'm making that from 1 week, and it's a very lengthy drawing. Even
lots of details.
Then I didn't start yet the final detailed portion. This is just
feeling work.
Yeah, easy part I just completed. Main detail portion in it's the lower part actually. I show that one.
How much big it is, sir?
How much I take time after finishing that much?
No, size of the picture.
It's a the same size. Here it is.
It is a
A3 sized.
A3 size.
Yeah. Say it.
Sir, here face portion is
See the same size of
that.
that general one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm asking about the face. The face
Page.
is in that detail light light effect. No.
Very cheap page actually, and this is the exact copy which I using.
But
Okay.
cheap.
And where I where I do the job, there I found that copy was there. Someone purchased, and
Okay.
they just keep that paper there, and he just left all this thing. So I just
So
take this one.
such a expensive painting you are doing, but why you are not using good paper?
Not need the good paper. If you use the exact good skill, then you don't need the good.
No, it effect coming very.
I complete
Very.
that of the hand, and if I exactly of the finger direction, I exactly modify this one. I didn't apply the same one. I just show the reference image, and you will see this one. This is the reference one, and you can see this is not that sharper image, right? It is a way blurry.
Yeah, very blurry.
Yeah. So I just try to fix everything. You can see the finger portion is getting that angle. Okay. And that finger, it is a straight. See these two fingers. Okay. This finger is a bend, and this finger is a straight.
These fingers are very sharp, and this one are slightly.
This one not like that kind of.
Squarish.
Just like a finger is like bent, and I don't like. I just want to make the both fingers.
Right.
Balancing
with that hand.
It a straight. So.
But the ornaments are so gorgeous.
If you see that area, and if I show you the main image, here you can see.
Yeah, very heavy.
That good visible all the details. But I'm going to do by create something my own way, and I just put all the details. Even the hair part is not completed yet, and a good thing. I mean, in your case, if you ever try to do something like that, this portion you can see it's made with a hair, right? And this transparent, you can see the
jewelry.
Yeah. Okay, so you have to like observe those things properly. If you see the main image, you will find these jewelries also visible here, but there is no hair properly visible. This is a very everything is blurry. Everything is, I mean, what I will say, it's not that good quality image. But to make things by my own, sometimes I applied
some of our creation.
Yeah.
Very nice, sir. It can display on some jewelry shop. Yeah.
Let's see how.
Just like some queen.
What?
From Thailand, and there you have seen this kind of वहाँ के जो राजा और वो लोग होते हैं ना, उनका इस टाइप का ज्वेलरी, ज्वेलरी ऐसी दिखती है उसमें.
Exactly. So this is going to my most detailed now.
Yeah. Detail. वो इतना पेशेंस भी रखना पड़ता है सर.
Yes.
And this is also with grid line.
Yeah. There's a whole image is made with a grid line, but gradually I remove the grid line because we finished that. I mean, I making this drawing one by one. I just complete the whole upper portion and just remove the grid line. You can see there is
Yeah.
grid line. There is some grid line because I will put some detailing over the here, because here you can see these kind of,
Yeah.
there are
Jewelry.
lots of
Some of beads, no,
flowers.
sir? Beads.
Yeah, but I will put some flowers, small jewelry flowers,
You
and this is
can
not
put
in
it.
the reference image. I will put extra things. So that's why I just keep these grid lines, and after that I will here I just remove all the grid lines, but in this portion that still remain, because I have to put that hand here.
This is all graphite work, no?
You can see there's a not so much precise lining, but I will, when I make the gradually, I will make the lines precise.
Yeah. Well, it's too much creativity in this thing. सर पेशेंस भी चाहिए इतना बारीक करने के लिए, बहुत पेशेंस चाहिए.
Yeah, patience. I mean, if you are choose a good, I mean, like your favorite drawing, then patience will automatically.
हाँ, automatically.
And if you do like a
कंपल्सन आता है ना तो नहीं करते हैं, but if you like and you do, that is a different
exactly,
thing.
if the drawing is your favorite, then you can put your efforts aram se. And what when I get some commission works and that kind of, I face the issues. I mean, जब किसी का शक्ल मुझे पसंद ही नहीं है उसका ड्राइंग ना.
वो तो है सर.
तो तब जाके वो प्रॉब्लम होता है, लेकिन कुछ नहीं कर सकते. We have to do.
Sir, but the business is there now, so you must do that.
Okay, now again I will make the darker shade, and I need to prepare that shade graphite. So I will use a 10B, as you can see. And I will make a little shading. For that kind of technique, use a texture paper. Always use a texture paper so you can see, I mean, you can get lots of graphite powder. If you use a smooth paper, then you will not get a good an amount of graphite powder. So let's apply this one, and I will make zooming out a little bit. What I will do, our image is a little bit blurry on the left portion, because left portion is out of focus. Okay, so always you have to use a powder kind of thing to make this blur, because if you still continue with the shade, it will not gives you that blurry effect. It always looks like a sharper.
सर कभी कभी पैच हो जाता है ये इसमें करने में.
Patches, like graphite patches. Yeah, the kneadable eraser.
Okay.
That helps you to remove the patches. But don't rely over the kneadable eraser too much. Because what happens? You use the kneadable eraser, and just using the kneadable eraser, your image will get patched. Okay, I just show that one. It is a good point. And suppose this is the area. Okay, and I just apply HP pencil. To make the shading. Okay, so I just make a blending little bit. Okay, suppose you have to put little darker shade over here. And what happened if you previously applied the kneadable eraser over that region? Suppose I just apply the kneadable eraser in the side portion in this area. You can see in the side area, I just apply kneadable eraser to make things clean. Okay, and after that, when I use a graphite pencil, and when I blend this one, you will see there is some patches arise. You can see some spot arise here. that kind of thing will happen.
Mhm.
So avoid to use kneadable eraser. You can see there's a big spot arise.
हम्म, वो फिर जाएगा ही नहीं, वो वैसे ही रहेगा.
So same thing, if you apply some kneadable eraser over this area, suppose I just apply kneadable eraser a little bit in this portion to making things brighten. So just apply little bit kneadable eraser, fine. And if I need to make the whole thing a little darker shaded, so just apply a little bit darker shade all over the area. And if I blend, there is a awkward kind of patches appear, and if I say truly, you can't remove these patches. It is not so smooth. So better to use if you want to make that kind of smooth shading, just graphite with tissue paper, something like that.
Okay.
Graphite, just apply your piece of paper and apply very light pressure. You can get a very smooth. I mean, these are the folded areas, so that's why it happens. If I make this thing in a clean part,
bigger area, no?
Yeah. In case of bigger area, you can see a very nice and smooth blending.
सर कभी कभी ये ब्रश से हो जाता है वो पैच, जैसे ग्रेफाइट लिया और फिर पेपर पे शेडिंग वर्क करो तो कभी वो
just because of wrong process. I mean, what I will say, wrong process means stroke is not proper. When you make the stroke, you have to make the whole stroke and then remove the brush. What happened? People do that and then stop and then opposite.
Again, so that is a problem.
Yeah, you have to
again
make
ये ब्रश भी अच्छा होना चाहिए सर, वो भी एक बहुत बड़ा.
I mean, not the extreme good brush, but if you have the makeup brush, then it's fine.
सर इसमें जो वो मेकअप किट वाला जो उसमें इतना बड़ा नहीं आता ये.
Same brush. Actually, what happened? My brush was lost. I don't know where it's lost. That's why I just purchased a single one. Because if I purchase the whole thing once again, then
no use. Other brushes are not using. Only two brushes we can use from that. और एक बड़ा वाला जो आता है वो टोटल दो ही यूज होता है, 2 या 3.
Important. I mean, बड़ा वाला brush भी important.
हाँ वो तो है, वो तो अच्छा.
Eraser dust, it is best.
Yeah, dust.
Okay, so after that, what I will do, I will make the hair line, because you have to make the hair part, and under of this hair part, the lower part of this hair, there is some skin part as well. So for making the skin part, you have to make the hair first. So let's make the hairline. So as you can see, I'm just starting from this area. People will start from this area. It's completely up to you from where you start. I mean, line must have to be smooth curve. Okay, what is the meaning of smooth curve? Suppose you are just making the line, it must have to be like this. Okay, don't make that kind of then that. Don't make like this. Must make it a smooth curve. Okay, other than what happened, you do like this and then again. I mean, I'm not able to do that one because I practice myself to making things smoother. So anyway.
Sir, we are using Staedtler pencil for this.
Lomograph black. Because this is black. And if you use the graphite one, when you blend the area, the graphite will mix with other graphite layers. So apply Lomograph pencil. The line will be little darker and it will not be smudgy. So the line will stay for the long time. Okay, so fine. I'm just making another middle line, and this line is a little bit darker. So I just put a little darker line here. Don't make this corner portion sharper, otherwise this will look awkward. Okay, so make it lighter in shade, and line must have to be very sharp here, because the hairs are, here are separated in this portion, and you can see individual hair in this area. Okay, nice. Now, why I do this? Because we have to fix that connection, right? So let's make this connection. We don't know what is the exact area of the hair, but let's make that much only. Just connect that corner point to this line. Okay, just connect these two portions. Okay, after doing this, again, I will take some graphite from the outside and apply it over that region, because this portion will be darker shaded, because all the hair will create some shadows. Now, again, I will show some pre-planned work. Okay, but we can do that part later, but I will not go wait for the later. I will do now. So this is the pre-planned work once again. So this is thing is all the hair will make own shadow. So if you see that area, there will be a shadow. Okay, because this shadow appears just because of the hairs. Okay, not only that much area, it's just come with that eyebrow area too. So if I make a zoom a little bit, somehow like this. Okay, so this just gives you the little information that that portion will be darker. So we'll apply a Lumocra black when I make the shading, but for now, I'll just keep it like this. So it makes a shadow of this group of hair. Okay, so that's enough. Let's make some blending, because lots of grid lines are appear. It's showing over the region, and we have to calibrate first. Okay, this white portion is some equal shading of this area. Okay, in my case, it's a equal. Okay, so fine. We don't need to put anything. And another part is half area of this thing is almost similar darker shade like this area. Okay, so I have to put little shading over that part. Okay, so I will do graphite. I will put little graphite over that region. And a little bit texture shading over that part. that much only, because this portion will be covered with a little bit of wrinkle line. I mean, I just have to make this wrinkle line. Otherwise, it will not. I mean, before removing the grid line, just have to put this wrinkle line. Don't make this wrinkle line too much darker. As you can see, it is a very light shaded, and I will use the blending stump to mix this line. So it's already lighter shaded, and I just apply the blending stump, so it became some more lighter. Just apply the brush to make the edges and everything softer and mix with the background. And I found that this corner portion seems darker. So definitely we have to use the mono zero eraser, kneadable eraser, and apply a little bit to fade this line. Okay, you have to understand what is the exact darker region and where you have to fix. Don't try to fix everything. Just apply the particular region, and what you have to suppose that one where you have to use particularly to fix that whole part as easily. Okay. So let's fix that portion. This is not completed. So I just connect that lower part of the eyebrow or this area. I mean, in the reference image, we'll found that portion is a very light in shade. This portion is a lighter shade. That doesn't mean that whole portion is like white. It's a shading. It's a lighter shade, but it's not a white, because everything is a smooth. I mean, skin. So skin is not possible to get a extremely white, right? So this is the main thing. This is the main point actually. I'm applying brush to collect the graphite from every relative areas. I found that line is still seems darker. I will fix it. Okay, I have to fix that one. And even all the grid line, we have to remove a little bit. It looks a little darker. Okay, make sure both of the corners are darker and middle portion is a lighter in shade. Don't make everything a similar shade. Otherwise, your whole forehead will look flat, and it is difficult to do. So be careful when you are making that one. Okay, so I just try to decrease the shade. Okay, now it's fine. Fine. It's not looks weird dark. Yes, weird dark. It looks good actually. Okay. Almost everything we have done. After end the class, must join through the same link, and we will make the jaw part. I mean, not the jaw part, just mustache part of the other side of the face. Okay, so let's talk about some shape, actually, shape of the forehead. So if you see the reference image, you will found that kind of stroke is there. Okay. Exactly, if I say, this is that kind of stroke. And then if you come to the upper portion, you will see that corner is quite darker. I just put a little bit stroke here. Same thing here as well. Let's make the smooth transition line. I just apply little graphite and will blend it with blending stone. We'll use a little bit brush to mix those region. Even that pencil stroke region. Mix the transition part, because you have to make this a smoother in shade. You can use tissue paper if you're not able to get a good blending with brush or like blending stone.
हेलो हेलो हाँ ચાલે છે
Okay, now as you can see, this portion is a little lighter shade, that much area, and rest of the portion is comparatively dark. Okay, so this is the drawing of the full face almost. Okay, you can see that portion, that half portion seems darker shaded. Okay, you have to maintain that balance of the shade. Okay, this portion seems a little darker, but don't worry, we can add a little darker shade over the upper portion, and you can easily fix that area. So don't need to worry about. You just need a little darker shade, because we also have to put some darker shade over that region. After that, it will look good. Okay, so for now, you have to keep maintain this kind of thing, and you can see there is a little lighter shade. It's not visible to brighten, so that's why it looks proper. Okay, fine. Now we have to put little texture and darker shade over that part. Class will be end after 3 minutes. 3.5 minutes. Again, you have to join through the same link, as obvious. So let's make the gap region of this area. So first of all, I would like to make the nose part. It is incomplete. So let's fix it. I just used a graphite and applied the blending stump to fix it. Fix it means making it a similar shade. Okay. Lower portion will be darker shaded and gradually upper portion will be brighter. Okay. Not brighter like this. You have to make a little darker shaded, and you can put darker shade this one a little bit in the lower side and mix it here. Okay, just follow the edge area. As you can see, I'm just following that corner part, this edge area, and mix it with that area. This is not that good visible in the reference image, but for making or processing, you have to do like this. If you see the reference, reference image, like a reference, not the image, the reference thing, then go in front of mirror and just create some lighting according to the reference image, and you will found that kind of effect you will see, and that kind of shadow you will found. So you can create that kind of reference thing for your understanding. Okay, so I will make the lip area now, not the lip area. I will make the boundary of that lip. The lip portion will be the main difficult part of that image, and trust me, it's an extremely difficult part of that whole image. So if you are not able to join during the lip drawing class, then not an issue. See the recording and don't skip anything.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir. Sir, पिछले week when you were giving class, तो उसमें you
Actually,
said कि आप जो task भेजोगे उसमें you want to like show something if there is something wrong. मतलब जैसे लोगों ने try किया, so like will you be showing something as like related to that task जो आपने एक अलग से picture भेजी थी?
मतलब जो मैंने टास्क दिया था सबके लिए वो वाला.
Because you said कि last week अगर सब लोगों ने सही किया, तो I wanted to ask like are we doing right या फिर आप उसमें कुछ और improvement बताना चाहते हो?
Exactly, I'm thinking that I will make a separate class for this, who make the drawing only for those people. Okay, so I will show what is the exact mistake and how to fix those things.
In progress.
that, I will make a separate class who did the mistake or who have need the help to make that things perfect. So will be better to make a separate class, because if I make things, I mean, if I explain all the things in this class, it will be boring for the other peoples. So we'll show those peoples who want to interested about that one, who already make that drawing. So I will put them in a group and share the link of the class recording. I mean, share the link of the class, and you have to join through like online, and you have to see. That's it. I will explain that class will not be too much bigger, like 40-minute class. So this will show, and that will be on weekday, not in the weekend class. Okay, so after that, I will make shading over that whole nose area. But the catch is, if I start shading that whole area, it will be messy. Okay, so first of all, you have to create the beard line. For this, definitely you need a Lumograph black to make the beard line. As you can see, I'm just making all the lines randomly. You can't say, I mean, you can't see 2 or 3 lines are similar. All these things are random. It is really important to put the random stroke. Okay, fine. So all these lines are random. Take time. You can see I'm taking lots of time to make these lines. So don't go faster. Just take time and make things a proper way. In this corner region, lines are getting narrow and lots of congestion of the hair stroke actually. So some portion you can see, I'm just making some portion darker, some hairs a little thicker. Okay, this is really important. After doing this, apply the graphite. Don't apply too much. Cover that whole region with HB pencil. Here you can see I'm just using HB pencil and cover that whole region with HB pencil. You can add a little line over that, not the line, like a shading. Okay, so just make blending over that region. Now I will use a 2B pencil. Here it is. And it's enough sharp, so I don't need to sharp once again. Just if you see the reference image, that junction portion is darker. So make a little darker shade over that junction part. We'll put Lumograph black over that region, but this is the junction part portion of that Lumograph and that HB layer. This is a little shadow of that nose. You can increase the darker shade, but I will suggest not to increase the darker shade at the first try. Make gradually. So this is our sixth class almost. So we have a 4 class. I just prepared the full hair will be a 1 class. Full teeth area will take a 1 class. The rest of the portion will take a 1 class, and final touch will be the 1 class. So all the 4 classes we have prepared. So in today's class, that's why I make that much area, the cheek, the forehead, and all the stuff. So now I will blend that part, especially the darker shaded part and the transition part, the beard area part. Okay, and we need to put some shading over that part. So for making this shade, you have to do little work, especially over the darker line. You have to fix the darker line first, and you need to put the shade. So for fixing the darker line, you can use the Lumograph black, but I will like to use a graphite pencil like 4B. Okay, in my case, my 4B pencil is very small, so I'm just using a Staedtler pencil for this. Staedtler pencil also, it's very small. Both are similar. There is no other reason to using that one. Okay, sharp your pencil and apply over that junction part. If you use the Doms one, it will also gives you the same result. So don't think that I'm using a 4B Staedtler. It makes a huge difference. No, there is no huge difference. this portion, you can add a darker shade, only that much region, not the whole part. So for the whole portion, I will add some shading like this. Applying cross hatching, as you can see. Other than what happened, we can't connect that darker shade with the rest of the areas. There is another wrinkle line which is just passing through that area. Little extension, not too much. And okay, I will make a little shading over that region because this portion looks very light shaded, especially that part. And will increase the shading a little bit. Fine. And one thing I will do, I will increase the shading over that eye bag region. Fine. And I feel that portion will be a little bit more darker. So I just applied some shading. Even I do the shades here. I found there is a little bit shaded line also present. U kind of shape. That much. So let's blend. Fine. Okay. So we have to make a Lumocra black now, a little bit. We'll use a sharpener. Without using sharpener or without having the sharper tip, it's really difficult to do. So fine. We don't need to put too much things. Here it is a 2B pencil, and I will cover that external part like these areas with little darker shaded. We'll also put, I just tilt my copy and I will increase a little shading over that part. Okay, so after that, what I will do, I will use a brush to mix that transition shadow. are you asking something before ending the previous class? I mean, people, like what I will say, the previous session. I'm explaining something and suddenly it's end actually.
No, sir. And some phone call came and I was just talking.
Someone asked something and then I explained and class will, and I mean class is getting end. So suddenly I joined the class, but what happened? Maybe that person left.
Yeah, but आपने बताया ना कि you will be hosting a class. I asked you about that task.
Okay. You have okay. So actually, I'm planning to make the class separately in weekdays. Timing will be similar, like 8:30 or something like that, or 9 something. And I will explain the mistakes only, but not possible to make the whole drawing. Because again, if I start that drawing once again, it will take a 3-4 classes to complete the 2 eyes and the nose. So I will just quickly give the review and how to fix those things. I will explain all those, and I will take that whole thing with the iPad, so I can easily just mark out and I mean make changes, all this stuff easily. Okay, so we can do that one.
सर उसमें शेडिंग भी करना है या फिर सिर्फ आउटलाइनिंग करना है?
एक ड्राइंग मैंने भेजा था जिसमें जिसमें आपको आउटलाइन करना है, सिर्फ आउटलाइन बनाना था उस आई का। दूसरा एक ड्राइंग था जिसमें शायद आई बनाना था। और अभी जो आखिर में जो मैंने भेजा था एक बंद आई, लेफ्ट आई मीन क्लोज्ड आई वाला, उसका सिर्फ दोनों आई और नोज पार्ट ही बनाना है, पूरा पोर्ट्रेट नहीं बनाना है, बस शेप शेप ही बनाना है। मैं आई एम जस्ट शोइंग यू, इफ समवन टेल यू टू मेक द फेस लाइक दिस, देन यू हैव टू मेक दैट वे। Just wait, here it is, I just do that kind of thing. Yeah, that one, just like this. Okay, suppose if anyone want to make the nose up to nose, just remove that part and send make that much only. Don't need to make the outline and face or all this edge portion. You just make it a blur and finish it. That's it. Don't go to make the full outline and face. Otherwise what happens, it will take lots of time to complete. Don't go need to go with that one. Okay, this is whole drawing is for eyes only. This one is another one. Okay, so this is the capacity of this domes copy. That's why I told to purchase a domes copy. It's a really good one. So there's a very less amount of time is left to end the class. So anyone want to ask anything, then you can ask me. And if you say something, then also you can say. In Instagram, someone asked me, hello sir, how to make a realistic drawing. He just asking me in WhatsApp, I mean Instagram, wo bhi via message. Okay, just let me how I can explain through message. I mean, how I can explain that huge process through just typing down a message. It is possible. I get that kind of message every day, and I just getting a shock. I mean, how to reply? I said, just keep practicing. That is the only key to get a like a photorealistic drawing, and try to put each and every detail. That's it.
Uh, you can
Then
ask that it is not a just a sketching work, but it is a whole process work.
yeah, it is a huge, big process. Not only the simple thing that I will explain in a message and you can easily do. It is not like that. I mean, this is not so easy. So, I mean, if it's that easy, then everyone will just do that thing by their own in 1 month. Not the 1 month, like 1 week.
Sir, one more thing I want to ask about
Yeah,
digital portrait.
digital painting.
Digital portrait, I mean painting, whatever.
Okay. So, what is your
So,
question about
yeah, you are doing that work also, like
Yeah,
digital
yeah, I
portrait,
do.
especially.
Yeah, I do. I can show
Hmm.
you one of my digital portrait. Uh, Okay. For this, it shows the back very low. Uh, what happened? Yeah, this is a digital portrait I'm making.
Digital.
You can
Picture.
see all the pictures and all the
Hmm.
stuff. So
Hmm.
you
Sir,
can, yeah.
again, it takes how much time? Like same
Uh,
like this process or?
no, same, not like that. If you start doing that thing first time, first of all, the digital thing is completely different than the normal paper pencil
Normal.
drawing.
You're right.
A really difficult process.
Hmm.
Uh, really, I found the paper pencil is more easy for me, and
Hmm.
digital painting is still difficult for me. Blending the colors are not
Color
exactly
blending. Hmm.
like a white one or the color pencil blending. It's a completely different way, and there's a lot. I mean, lots of things. You
Huh.
have to use a different pressure. Many things you have to maintain, and one more big issue happened when you start digital painting. You will not
Hmm.
feel the feeling like when you are rub your pencil over the paper, there is some friction. But in digital drawing, you are doing all the stuff over glass, and everything is so slippery.
Slippery, right? Huh.
You will not feel like a paper kind of thing,
No,
and
no.
that will take time to grab everything properly.
Huh.
I've heard कि like उसके लिए screen के लिए there are some like guards जो
Yeah,
paper like feel देते हैं.
yeah,
People
yeah.
use it on, right?
Some yes, exactly. Some textury filter like
Hmm.
screen. If you apply that one, then your pencil will make a little bit friction. But I mean, still, it's not like a paper and pencil. Suppose this is my pencil, and I can use sharper tip, but you can't see that sharper tip in your digital copy. You have to
No.
use the light pressure for making that sharper nose. I mean, sharper line. This is the point actually.
Hmm.
I mean, many things are different. I will not say that this one is a difficult or a paper one is easy, but it's completely based on the comfortable. I mean, which one you are easy to I mean, most comfortable to do. What happened once? What happened during 2 months? I practiced daily to make the digital painting, and at that moment, I feel that was a very nice, and I can do things easily. But after I leave the whole digital painting things, and when I again come back from the paper pencil to digital painting, again I feel the same difficulties. Yes, you can modify. Suppose you are made any mistake, you can modify the thing. This is good. And some technical things have to know what is the normals, what is the overlay, what is the color burn,
Yeah.
color.
Huh. Technical part is more.
technical part you have to know,
Detail
and
work.
thing is clipping mask, how to apply the clipping mask, alpha mode, alpha layer, alpha channel, all these things are there. You have to know all these things, even how to create the brushes, what the brush end part you have to make, how many stroke you want to make the brushes, how many spread, and all this. There is a lots of technical part. If you don't go with the technical part, then you will not be able to create that kind of
No.
realistic. But uh, digital drawing is way more flexible than the normal paper pencil drawing, and even it's a modern way of drawing. So
Yeah, of course.
I will suggest must try digital drawing if possible. There is a lots of normal software as well, so you can use that normal software for making the digital drawing, like some Android software as well, applications.
Okay.
You can
Sir, again that this tech mode of making portrait by digital is a commercial, totally commercial.
hmm. The people's
Like,
making the digital portrait,
huh?
most of them they use the brush technique, brush manipulation. They take the full image and they just modify the thing, and it will
Okay.
look like a portrait. But this is just 1 hour of work.
Okay.
You can create more better than those people's. I'm just giving guarantee. If I teach you 1 day of class, you can make more better drawing than those people's.
Okay.
They don't do anything. They just take the original photo and just apply some brushes over that and manipulate the image. This is not the
Modification.
yeah. This is not the exactly digital painting. It's just like
Hmm.
a stupid
Photoshop.
kind of
That is a Photoshop type of portrait making.
almost not the Photoshop. These are called the brush manipulation portrait.
Brush manipulation.
Apply some brush and brush painting portraits. These are not exactly way to do the portrait.
Again, they take all print out, no, from that.
Yeah. They just take the whole color image and make it like a oil painting effect. That's it. All the digital paintings are you see in the like Instagram or other areas. These are not the exact way, but some of the peoples make the whole digital painting, and these are just follow those people. And some people's like putting all the digital paintings every day. It's not possible to putting all the digital.
Definitely. That is it is a no one knows behind what they are doing, but it is a cheating. Like they are showing.
Exactly. They are just showing the cheating things. Even as well as they just show the how easy digital painting is, but not that way. Digital painting is really difficult. If you go through the exact process, digital painting is really difficult. Putting highlights, shadows, it's not that much easy.
Like in movies, when they make all changes, very little changes, and in the movie तो हम लोग देखते हैं कि just very fraction of changes they do. So by digitalization only can possible, no?
Yeah, digitalization is possible, but the people's learn VFX things, the green screen. These courses are for 2 years of course.
Yeah.
And for this, you need a good, very expensive PC to make this. And then there's a lots of things you have to know. I mean, I will say it is a more difficult than the normal studies.
Right.
I feel even I also get from good universities and get at least average kind of students. So I personally feel that this is the technical thing is more difficult than the like normal studies.
Right.
Lot of things to remember, memorize, and experiment. The people who only interested about those things and who are really creative, those people can make their life progress on this field. Otherwise,
especially those are techno pro.
Yes, exactly. 2, 3 things are needed. One is you have to from a good like a financial background, because you can't, otherwise you can't afford that PC.
Hmm.
And the course fees are extremely high. You can't see everywhere that kind of courses. There's a very limited areas who teach that kind of, and these
Right.
are expensive. And after you learn all these things, the job
Again,
salary will be
yeah, job and everything is must.
super good. Salary is
Mm-hmm.
super nice.
Hmm. सर आप भी करो ना सर, that is a very good thing
I
about
know
this.
all these things. I know all these things. I mean,
हाँ.
little bit VFX, 3D modeling, and all these things. I know. Even where I get the job, that place
हम्म.
is that
अच्छा.
industry. This is that industry actually. And I am the mentor of that designing, graphic designing, motion graphics. So I know all this. I am not professionally teach those classes. I teach it's basically a concept about designs, what the things looks good, the color theory, and all this. And all the teachers also suggest me, Shubham, just learn this one. It is very nice. Even if I show my things from my laptop, how much time it? It's a 6 minute. I'm just quickly show one thing.
हाँ.
Here my PC screen first. Here it is my PC screen. I just share my screen, and probably you can see my screen.
हाँ.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I show that one. Here you can see I'm just making a 3D sculpting by that Vihana face. And here it is the thing. And if I make it a zoom in, just I'm making this one. These are the different view of the screen. And what happened? Suppose if I select a different brush, that kind of, if I increase that one and make any changes over the face, it will appear on the other face, just like a it will not work actually because this is the brush. Here you can see it's just applying the extra mesh, and if you want to remove the mesh, then you can see we get dense. You can create all these things. So I just trying to do all this stuff, and I'm still learning all this stuff. Probably I will complete that one in next 10 hours. I'm just interested to do all this, and I'm still learning. I mean, I get bored after if I not learn anything. All time just doing like drawing, I will get bored. So sometimes
Right. Yeah, some change of work is very enjoying if you are doing same and same then.
Yeah, I do agree. Like that one. And if I stop sharing my screen, fine. Now I need to share my video. It's almost highlighted. Yeah, spotlighted. Okay, fine. So yeah, there's maybe 5 minutes or 3 minutes left. Yeah, the 4 minutes left. So after the 4 minutes, I will end the class. And actually, people ask me why you just know all these things, then why you don't join the industry of that movie making. Movie
making, animation.
Yeah, animation. But the problem is I'm an artist. Okay, and artists are really moody. If someone said to me, you have to do that one, and I will say, it's not possible, sir. I am not feeling to do that thing right now. I will not do. And you can't survive in the industry that way. So just being a teacher is the best for me.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
the best job, I think.
Yeah, so I will never join that kind of industry. I don't need that much pressure, and I just want to love work freely. I don't need money. I just want to be good. That's my main.
That is a exhaust type of work. You get exhaust in that industry.
You have to finish all the things in the time, and I mean, it's a too pressurized work. I can't handle that much because I need to learn the drawing as well. I like to learn, but probably I will never join that industry in near future. Teaching is best. I like that one. It's completely free. Just invent new things, better way. And I just like the communicate with the peoples. In every class, I found a new group of peoples. Some student teacher relationship is like very nice. They asked us several times, even when I put something like a post, they said, nice drawing, sir, kind of things.
Encouraging to correspondingly.
Okay, so that's it. I will not do anything else for now in this area, and will show you what is exactly look like after doing that much step. And
इमेज में तो ऐसा लगता है थोड़ी सी उसकी मुस्ताक जो है ना वो थोड़ी लाइट दिखती है यानी
image में yeah exactly in the image it looks light, but still make it like this. If I need it, then I will.
हाँ इसका थोड़ा लुक अच्छा दिखता है थोड़ी सी.
There are some gaps there. I mean, less number of mustache. And in my case, what happened? I applied a little bit more number of mustache. But I will fix it.
वो तो ग्रो होती है ना सर.
I have got like a god. I also have.
मेरा बेटा है वो क्या बोलता है कि मम्मी मुस्ताक तो होनी ही चाहिए ना. और बड़ा बेटा बोलता है कि अरे अच्छी नहीं दिखती तू तो ये इसको हटा दे.
No, mustache is must.
नहीं तो वो बोलता है नहीं मैं ऐसा कभी नहीं करूँगा.
For males, mustache and beards are must.
Yeah, it's a very good identity.
I mean, for the girls, they use a beauty things over the face.
Yeah.
And for the